Hi, this is the Excel project for the Excel section for our Intro to Computers, our computer literacy course. So I want to go ahead and I've got my main screen and my spreadsheet here up on the left side. So as we can see, we have what I thought I would do with this is just go ahead and explain a little bit about how and where to put some of these formulas in and how to develop or create the charts that I'm asking for within this. We can see from the instructions, though, this is kind of what that data looks like on this particular spreadsheet. You can follow that up. Now in the first cell that really asks you for the formula, what you can do is enter that total income. So a couple of ways of doing that, preferably because you would have not just two entries in total income, but hopefully more than that. So we're going to go ahead and use a sum function. So I'm just going to hit the equal button, equal sum, and then put in the parentheses, and I can go ahead and select with my mouse and click the left button and hold it and select the area, C5 to C6. Close the right parentheses on that, and I should have my total sum. Now on formatting this, I just went ahead and made it a different color so we could see it. You can right click, highlight the cells, right click, and then go ahead and change the color to whatever you may want. Let me cancel out of that to just leave it as is. Now with this the total income, I want to do the same thing with expenses. I want to make total expenses. I'm going to hit the equals parenthesis, hit the equals sum parenthesis, and then select that range. Left click, hold, drag, close it with the right parentheses, and that gives me that total 2540. Now to find the net, I want to several ways of doing this, but I always just by habit, maybe if nothing else, hit the plus button and then select the cell that I want to use in my formula, and then select the minus button, select the next one, and that should give me a negative. Now I put conditional formatting on this, so on highlighting this, if you go to it is home, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and then if less than, and I put in the initial formula was if less than 0, then light red fill with dark red text. Okay, so if it's less than 0, it turns red, and if not, like if this rent were 500 or mortgage were 500, you see how that changes. Okay, the next piece is in cells what is it, C22 to 24. I want to find the average of the expenses. I can type in equal average parentheses and go ahead and select my cell range. Closing right parentheses. For the most equals maximum, max, same thing. And so the most expensive expense is $1,000, this mortgage. And then equals min, parenthesis, same thing. Okay. At this point, what I wanted to do at this point was use an absolute reference. So when I copy a formula using a relative reference, the cells that are linked or the cells that are referenced change. An absolute reference will not change. So for instance, I want to go ahead and select the income, and I think that was from cell D8. So I'm going to enter plus dollar. The dollar makes it an absolute reference to column D, and then an absolute reference to row 8. So, and you can see where this is highlighted. I should just be able to go ahead and enter on that. Now, notice $D, $8. If I take this and drag it across, and I just grab the little fill button at the bottom right hand corner of the cell, click and hold and drag it. So now I have cell $D, $8, $D, $8, and again $D, $8. Now, what I want to do at this point, and this is to demonstrate the difference between absolute and relative cell references, I need to figure out what my expenses are here, because this is a projected budget. This is an actual monthly budget here. This is projected at the bottom. So my projected miscellaneous expenses are $50, $1,000, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and create an expenses formula in cell B31, and that is sum parentheses. And there's some formulas that you use over and over again. Sum is one of those. So you can see that total expenses are 2135, and the formula that's associated with that. Now, notice the B32, B37. There is no absolute references within that. There are no dollar signs. So if I just grab this fill, I can just drag it across, and then the column E, click on column E, you notice E32 to E37. I used a relative reference on the expense column, or the expense row. Now if I want to find my net, plus that one minus this one should give me that net. I probably want to go ahead and copy that across. That's a relative reference again. You can see it changes. And then I'll highlight all of the cells, and I probably want to make them bold, I imagine. Okay, now I've asked for two different kinds of charts. One's a line chart, and that's going to include this projected budget. Now you can go ahead and be creative, use whatever kind of chart you want, but it needs to show the information correctly. So if you just highlight all the cells that are associated with this chart, go up to Insert, where is it? There it is. And initially you can create a bar chart or a column chart, but I'll go ahead, it's easiest to just go ahead and create a line chart. And that's all I need to do. I'll just put that on the corner of this video, change the sizing on that just a little bit, and there it is. That's all I expect you to do for this particular part of that assignment. You can do a lot more creative things, like probably if we go out to layout and then chart title, and above chart I can click into this and projected net, for instance. That's perfectly fine. They just add a little bit of stuff to that. Now I want you to go ahead and create a pie chart out of the total income. So click and hold and highlight total income and the 2,500, or whatever amount that you have, that particular cell. And then if you hold the control button, you can also select total expense and the amount of total expenses. In this case is 2540 for me. So what I want to do at that point is insert a pie chart, and probably one that separates out like this. And again, I'm going to resize this a little, put this up here, change the layout a little bit, title above the chart, and come to expenses, and then that should show me and give me that pie chart. Now, one of the things I would the value, I guess, of tying a chart like this to actual data is that, say if your mortgage decreases, you get a real-time recharting of the real-time information. I change more information, increase my income, and that chart is tied to the information on the spreadsheet, so it'll change just on the fly. The same thing will happen as we're seeing here with expenses and net. So we have, and if we see something like this, if you just double click, that column is actually, you can adjust the width of that column by just double clicking like on that at that point. So again, let's see, that's 1500. So we've messed with the numbers just a little bit. Put this back. I think that was initially 1,000 and 500, I think. and that should go ahead and save this file as it is, and then you'll submit that to the Excel project submission point in, or assignment point in Canvas. So I can't think of anything else to mention about that. Thank you very much.